Hi guys, today we're going to talk about Tyrese Gibson and his Jadas. So obviously is not Jada, like, because we don't want Will Smith to come and actually slap somebody else. This is not what we're trying to do, but to me a Jada is a woman who is with a man that clearly she does not love. And I think Tyrese just unfortunately have this way of being attracted to his own Jadas, and it has put Tyrese in a whole lot of trouble over the years. He has always been sued, child support, ex-wives, all of these things are just like really ruining Tyrese's life. So before we actually do, I think this video is going to probably have a part 2 to it. But before we get to that part 2, we are going to start with the part 1 and introducing Tyrese and everything and what actually got him to where he is today. Welcome to the channel. If you like the video, like, subscribe, share, do what you gotta do, comment if you want to. So Tyrese Gibson is somebody that I came to know about when I was a kid, and there was an ad that was on TV, and that was a Coca-Cola ad. I loved that ad when I was growing up. I was like, oh, it's so simple, so classy, nothing. There was no drama. Like today there's like drama and everything. But I don't even think that Coca-Cola did another ad that was as good as this ad, because I really love that ad. Anyway, after that, Tyrese did a whole lot of things. First came out with an album, and the first single was Sweet Lady, again on a bus. Then a couple of singles came out, a couple of albums and singles came out. So at some point, Tyres actually starting his acting career, and he has been in the Fast and Furious franchise since the third one, I believe. Used to play with Paul Walker, the late Paul Walker. We'll come back to him at some point in this video. And then he was also in the Transformers, and he did other movies such as Four Brothers and Deep Waste with Megan Good. A couple of videos out there. He's actually a pretty decent actor himself. He also writes. He has a book that came out in 2009, and a great person overall. Tyrese also is a pretty decent person outside. We actually know that he had a issue with a certain lady out there working at Home Depot. He went to a Home Depot with people he works with, and because he didn't really want the attention or anything, he takes 2 candy bars or something like that and tells the cashier, I'm gonna go, but I am leaving my credit card with my people here. They're also going to pay with my candy bars. They're going to pay for my candy bars and everything they're taking. One of the cashiers says yes. Tyrese leaves the building, gets home, and one of his employees actually calls him back at some point, a couple of minutes later, to tell him that there is a woman that does not want for them to pay with his card because he's not physically there. So the call was actually a video call, so the lady could actually see Tyrese on the screen and still refused for his people to go on with the payment. So he had to come back to the store and confront this woman.
He can hear you.
Okay, manager, what is his name?
Carlos.
Carlos. What's his last name?
That's not necessary.
What?
You work in Home Depot. You work in a public place.
That's not necessary, she says. If you're working in a public place and somebody asks for your name, if you don't want to give your name, you should just quit right there and then.
You're asking me for my first and last name. I'm giving it. Okay.
10 o'clock.
I'll be on my way.
First, look at her just ignoring the brother. Look at her ignoring the brother. Seriously, maybe she wanted an autograph because really I've watched this thing now twice, and I think that maybe she just wanted to meet him face to face, and she should have said so. But she was like playing like, no, I'm the next ex-wife of Tyrese or something, and I was like, girl, I mean, put some respect in it.
So you're a supervisor, right? What's your name? Corelli? And your last name is what? Why not? Because you work here. And I have a problem with your energy and your unprofessionalism. So what's your last name? And if this is a policy without a pro account, why are you the first person to stop my team and my builder from coming here when I've been coming to this particular Home Depot for 10 years? Make me understand that if this is a policy and you're the boss and you run this place, why are you the only one doing or living up to the company policy? Explain that to me. You can, because they reflect you. If you're the boss and you're the manager and you say it's company policy to show ID before you swipe a credit card, unless you have a pro account, I'm asking you and your staff and your team, these people all work for you. You're the supervisor, you're the manager. Anything that anybody do as far as their role that may not have the same particular seniority that you have, make me understand, after 10 years of coming to this place, with the same guys swiping for way bigger amounts than this is like the smallest transaction they've done. Make me understand in 10 years why no one has ever asked for ID.
Anyway, she didn't actually have a answer. It went on and on and on, and unfortunately some people are just weird like that. They don't make life easier for other people, they just makes it really harder. So he didn't say anything, he came back, posted for us to watch. Maybe one of the issues also that Tyrese has is that he shares a whole lot on Instagram and the internet, which we sort of like, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, you know, if he was a bit more discreet, it actually wouldn't also be that bad. But it's unfortunate to have like sometimes supervisors like that or managers in any sort of stores anyway that just do not know how to manage the store really well because she works for somebody. And we now know that even with the bad story, if you actually mess around, clients can actually leave. They can get tired of bad service and then leave. He's apparently, Tyrese himself is a neighbor to the owner of this Home Depot, and he told her that and she still didn't care. You know, some people are just like that. But it also shows how decent he is because he didn't push for her to get fired or anything of the sort. Anyway, let's come back to Tyrese. So Tyrese has been married twice. The first time he got married to Norma Michelle. In 2007, Tyrese married Norma Michelle and the couple had a daughter born in 2007. The daughter name is Shayla. We got to know this name when he tried to get a possibility to actually sit and see his child after the divorce because there was a whole lot of crazy. He went on IG. He was sad. He wants to be a dad. He wants to be there for his daughter. And it went to a point that, you know what, this woman did not want him around their daughter. She wanted the cash, but she didn't want Tyrese. And he had gone at some point on the internet, and I'm just going to show what happened so you can actually judge for yourself.
So I'm saying this to all of the fathers. You know, compassion is being able to understand the seat and the reality that someone else is sitting in. That's compassion. It's not about the seat that you're sitting in, the rock. It's about the seat that everybody's sitting in. You know, look at this. Shayla, my first and only pregnancy. To this day. Well, I got another one on the way, but he's not here yet. Look at this. You take my one from me. I'm not gonna sit here and paint the picture of systematic racism. I'm just going to say the uninvolved fathers has made it bad for the involved fathers because our voices are some way, somehow being drowned out.
Now that's actually one of the things that hurts me. You know, a lot of parents don't actually care. Men and women, a lot of people just have them kids, do not educate their kids at all. The kids goes to school, they're not good students. Some of them are so out of it. They fight with their teachers, their fellow students. It is horrible. But this man, who is obviously busy, goes around the planet, wants to be in his child's life. It doesn't matter if his ex does not want him anymore, but he wants to be a good father. And I think it's really sad. When I saw this, it literally broke my heart because I think it's really sad to actually have incredible human being that wants to do the right thing. You're a dad, you want to be a good dad, you want to be involved in your child's life, and because you got divorced or you're getting divorced, your ex does not want to actually let you see your child. This for me is like the most craziest thing that can happen on this planet. I think when people get divorced, you don't even have to greet each other, but the kid is for both of you, and the kid should always be allowed, unless the father is like, you know, or the parent is like crazy. But you should always get access to your kid at any time. Some people do it very well. I love the way that Demi Moore and Bruce Willis did this. I mean, they're friends. These people spend holidays together to date. This is what being ex is supposed to look like. You're supposed to still, because as long as you have a kid together, you're always going to be family. If you get married and you divorce, you don't have any kids, okay, whatever, you do you, I do me. But if you have kids, we stuck together forever. The day the daughter is going to get married, they're both going to be there. So I think it's pretty sad. So it goes on and on. Not that it's boring, but I'm just going to show you where it really broke down, because it was hard for him not seeing his daughter.
This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay? I've been away from my baby for 2 months. I just want my baby. And no one's listening because no one's in the courtroom. I'm not doing anything illegal. But I don't want nobody. Oh my God, am I doing something illegal by doing this video, or am I protected by the First Right Amendment or the amendment? Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to stop this video here because it is still heartbreaking to me to watch this. Because a lot of people around the planet today do not even get the chance to really have involved parents in their kids. This man was married again, but he was like, I want to see my kid. And unfortunately, his wife didn't. It's better today. We're in 2023. He gets to see his daughter. They're doing well. He's still paying $12,000-13,000 a month. You know, they live in California, so it's pretty expensive. So these are a couple of pictures on the internet that you can see. He's now completely involved in his child's life, and everything is going pretty well with the first daughter now. And you know, she's old enough to know that her dad loves her and she can go to her dad at any time, because usually the moms, they do that when the kid is really small and is not really like aware of anything that is going on. But everything is all well. So as Tyres stated in his video, he was actually expecting, he and his new wife, so the new wife or the second wife, so he was expecting with his second wife. So he got married to his second wife in 2017 on Valentine's Day 2017, and they got a daughter in 2018. The lady got married to his name, Samantha Lee, now Gibson, because he keeps on calling her Samantha Gibson, even in 2023. They got divorced in 2020. So the second wife now, Samantha, decided to do exactly the same thing that the first wife is doing. She went to court, asked for money, and this is where video part 2 is going to arrive, because they actually don't live in California. I believe they live in Atlanta, and the rate of child support is different from state to state. And they now live in Georgia. He lives in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. The new ex-wife, Samantha, also lives there with their daughter. She wants as much as the daughter that lives in California. So he got sued again by this ex-wife, and there are a couple of things going on there. I'll talk to that video number 2. So it didn't work out again. He got really hurt. You can clearly see that he still loves, to date, I believe he still loves this wife number 2. Never thought that he would be a divorcee and have issues with seeing his kids, which is normal. I mean, most of us on this planet, you get parents, you work for your kid. That's what life is about. And he has met maybe the worst one of them all today. He's not married yet to her. He's not legally married to her. They met through Instagram, I believe. This is what he said. And we're going to share now the crazy video.
I said no to her. She called me, said, hey.
She tried to get you to show up too.
Yeah, and I said no.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was that. And
well,
then,
you also told the casting person that we wasn't paying enough.
Yeah, I said
because
no.
I definitely didn't have no budget.
This woman is just about the money. She's the girlfriend. She's not lying. She's here for the money. That's it. She does not love him. Not remotely closely love him.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, I said no. So, that's basically how it went down. And finally I gave in, but he said I was mean. The last message I remember him sending to me was, listen, I really like you, but you're mean, and I don't understand why I'm getting this energy.
You see? So she now knows, like, no, the money is going away. Therefore, let me just say okay and stay, because, you know, I can get some from this brother.
There was, you know, it's like, okay. But then he posted a video, and it said something about his mom at the time, who was going through something, and I sent him my first voice note. And
was the voice note in the DM? He didn't have my number at the time. That's the most commonly asked question. How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker recipes. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not.
This woman, guys, this woman. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know, sometimes you just... And it's so obvious that they don't... It's like, don't touch me. He got shocked. You know, sometimes you go around and you know that, okay, like when we started dating, I was not your type and blah, blah, blah. We've already talked about this. We're now even laughing about it because we know that I wasn't your type, but now I am your only type and we're going strong. No, this woman waits for him to be in front of his fans. Or in front of us, the people, the supportive one, to just disrespect him. A person you supposedly love. This is what she did. And he didn't break up with her. Like, Will does not leave Jada. He's not leaving this woman. But I think that, you know, if people can go out and say free Britney, maybe we should go out and say free Tyrese. Because we should free Tyres before this one starts doing... Because this one, I believe she can even be worse than the other ones. Because she's just showing her cards right from the start. She told us already, she's here, she's not being paid well. So if you're not getting enough money, you're not showing your face. Somebody wants to date you. I mean, you know, you're at the door of moneyhood. It's not a good thing to say, but it's the reality. If you find love, if you can find love with somebody who is a bit more money-wise comfortable, why the hell are you still trying to get money and be like, no, they're not paying me enough? Give it a try. If it doesn't work out, you break up and you continue. But
Whites, I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every
Don't
Fast and Furious.
don't touch me.
you can see on his face that he got surprised. He got really, really surprised.
How do you eat this?
Huh?
How do you eat this?
How do you eat that?
Yeah, we ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she is, and she's not interested in this man. He has asked her like multiple times to get married. She's there for the clout, she's there for the money, she's there for anything that isn't his love. She doesn't love him, but you know, it is what it is. So most of us actually around the planet, we just like these people who are not good for us, and we keep on dating these people over and over again. You will date, the first one is called X. You'll date X, you support everything from X will just mistreat you, everything. You'll be there, and one day X, even though you've sacrificed a lot, X will leave you, and you will move on to Y. And when you get to Y is the photocopy of X. Same character, maybe even worse, and you will still do it again. We don't break from our bad habits, and we can all be Tyrese Gibson. And it's sad because this gentleman, he is really a gentleman. You know, when he was pissed about the woman touching him, he's like, don't touch me. He's still trying to not hurt her by removing his hand. It's like, please don't touch me. It is sad though. It's sad that you have men like this who are becoming so scarce in life, that have kids, don't want to get divorces. They still get divorced, still want to be fully in their kids' life, and are just mistreated by these ex-women or men. It's a sad story. I am going to do a part 2 because I don't want this video to be too long, because there's a strike going on right now and it is pretty crazy. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, give your comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.